What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a quick video of how I edit my Instagram pictures. Lately I've been feeling this vintage, very 80s vibe through films, camera, 35mm, and a lot of my photos recently have been inspired by that, the color, the brightness, the saturation. So that's how I've been editing all my photos. So today I'm going to show you how I do that through Lightroom without using any presets. And unlike a lot of people who buy other people's presets, I'm going to show you how to edit photos without using any of that. So let's begin. So right here I have a picture of my friend Maddie right here, and we went to Headlands Beach State Park back in my hometown in Manor, Ohio. And as you can see, the color is very nice, saturated with a nice yellow, green, faded tone, with a hint of pink and peach in her skin. So pretty much this is what the picture is going to look like before edit. I shot this on a Nikon D3 with a 2470mm Tamron, and we're going to turn it into something like this for the final result. So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to start by getting rid of all the edits and start from square one. So this is how the picture looks like raw right out of the camera. And basically normally what I would do is I look at the horizon of every picture before I start any editing, and then I fix that first thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix the horizon, and how I was able to do this is look at the beach, the water line in the background of the right side, and I use that as a way to judge how I'm going to set the horizon line. So after we got that good, actually I might move Maddie right in the middle right here. And then for what I normally do is I raise the highlights, the brightness, the whites, and increase the shadow so that I get very minimal blacks in photos, but really extend that white balance of the picture. So what we're going to do is we're going to increase the exposure, increase the highlights, the shadow just a little bit. And once again, this is no preset. As you can see, I have my own presets on the left side of the screen here, but we're not going to do any of that today. But you can see an idea of how the picture can look like with my already made presets. But we're not going to use that today. So back to the editing. Once again, increase the blacks, and then I want that really yellow green vibe to the picture. So for the temperature, I'm just going to raise that yellow, drop that green, just maybe right there, and the vibrancy, just take that down just a little bit with the saturation. Clarity, I always drop the clarity about -10, -15, just because I don't want it too sharp in the picture. And for the tone curve, I'm just gonna add a few dots there, and I'm just gonna mess around with the curve a little bit to bring that moody vibes to the photo. So drop that, and then increase the highlight a little bit more. And as you can see already, it's the picture is looking a lot better than what it was before, from the before and after right here. So with the color, hue, saturation, I want to extend the reds and orange, mostly because of that vintage look. Increase that. Green we can get rid of a little bit. And a lot of these just messing around, play with it. Don't be afraid to move things around to your liking, and just once you do this so many times, you just get used to it. So we got that right there. Saturation, we can increase a few of the reds and oranges once again. Drop the yellow.
Here's your water.
So once we move a few things around, it's starting to look really good. And I'm sorry if I'm not like the best at like explanation. A lot of time when I'm editing photos and stuff like that, I just me to myself. It's my moment, my time. So I'm very quiet, but I'm trying to speak at the same time to do this. So just bear with me. So once we move a few things around for the color, we can still, you know, go over to the color tab and just mess around with some of these tones.
Can't believe we have to do this.
There's a bunch of things that we still need to do.
Not fair, but there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing.
I'm gonna go back up and increase the yellow, the temperature up here. Give that a little bit more of an oomph. Okay. And as you can see, it's looking 10 times better than what it was before. And then, what I normally do is I add grains to the photo. Not too much. Just you don't want your photo to look dirty. So I just give it around like 37, 45. Mess around with the size a little bit and the roughness. I tend to increase that just a tad. So if I zoom into Maddie, you can see that the grain detail is really popping, but it's not to the point where like if I increase it to 92 on the roughness, you can totally see that it's just dirty. It just looks busy. So drop it, move it out. And overall it's looking really good. I still want to increase the highlights though, because when the time we shot this photo, it's around like sunset, so I really want to bring the highlights out.
Thank you for watching.
Increase the shadow there. Change the contrast. And as you can see, it's looking 10 times better than what it was already. And honestly, like the way how I edit these days is you don't need to do a lot. You just mess around with the shadows, the lighting, increase the temperature from blue to mostly yellow and green. And I think I can call that a final product. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So it's very simple. I can pretty much save what exactly all of my edits to this photo as a new presets and give it a name. You can do this to any other photos by going into the bottom of the photo, select the one that you're editing on, double click it, go to develop setting, and copy settings and stuff like that. You can save that to your user presets for next time. So there you go. It's just a quick edit of how I edit my photos from raw straight out of camera to the final product. Very simple, very easy. Doesn't need to be too fancy, and I highly encourage you to not buy other people's preset. Just make it your own. That way you have a full understanding of from the editing to the exporting, and to make it your own style instead of using someone else's. As you can see, it's not really that hard. Just time, practice, and remember exactly your style and what you're trying to go for, and the rest is just practice. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Maybe next week I'll do another one of how I edit on VSCO on my phone for like product photography and stuff like that. But for now, thanks for watching. Catch you later. Peace.
All the same.